China at the moment had a 10-second advantage over Italy and kept that, having gone through the first shoot and out onto that first 800-meter run now.
So our first 4 teams are only separated by 15 seconds, which frankly is very, very little.
It definitely is all to play for, and it's going to be interesting. The more experienced teams are China, Belarus and Korea, but up there in the mix are Italy at the moment, who are a younger, more novice team, and they've had a great day. I mean, being in second place before the combine is already a big achievement for them.
Absolutely, and we have 15 teams in the competition. Unfortunately, the United States had to withdraw. As you recall, that we didn't get the U.S. on the horses. They actually had a problem in the warm-up arena. One of the athletes, Margot Zaxon, took a fall. She's with her coach. They're dealing with that situation, and we're down to 14 teams in the combined event this afternoon.
It's actually become more condensed. We've got the top 4 teams who started within 15 seconds of each other, and then actually Russia in 5th, down at 38 seconds behind the leading team. And it'll be interesting to see if Russia can actually catch any of those teams ahead of them. They've got their work cut out, but they are very quick on the combine. They've got some quick runners, those 2 girls. So it'll be interesting to see if it can be an exciting race at the end.
I'm hoping to have something here. I mean, you're right. Russia is the sort of the dark horse coming in. They're in 5th place, Vakradunova and her teammate Kuruskina. They have a ton of experience. They're great shooters and they're solid runners. So they may be able to run themselves. They only have to run themselves up 18 seconds to move into the podium range. Actually, I correct myself. They have to run themselves 28 seconds. But again, in the combined, that's not at all insurmountable. Especially
when you've got 2 athletes to help break that gap. And I think China are probably secure. I know you can never say that in the combined, and in pentathlon nothing is over until the last shoot, really.
Yeah.
But definitely the other podium places are still up and very open.
You've got Liang Guangsha from China as our leaders. Again, this is her 2nd shooting series. She needs to get 5 green lights every time an athlete shoots and hits. The target turns from red to green. She needs 5 lights. And it's difficult for us to actually see how she's doing, although I see some green. And she's off.
That must have been pretty quick. That wasn't many more than 5 shots there, I don't think. And as we saw, the Italian athlete the Belarusian athlete only just coming into the shooting range as Anjia Liang was actually leaving the shooting range.
So I think for the Chinese, I mean, she's on her final 800 meters. For the first runner, she'll hand off to her teammate Qian Chen. Qian Chen won the World Cup in Chengdu this year. She's a very solid combined athlete. It's really in China. It's for China to lose, frankly. I mean, they're way out in front. The race is really going to be down to the silver and bronze medals, for the podium. We're having a little bit of difficulty, I think, as our cameras are changing from camera positions. There's a little lag, so as we're following. But again, our leader, Liang from China, on her last 800-meter loop.
And it's interesting how some countries have chosen their teams for this event. This is the very first day of the World Championships week. Some of those athletes will be competing on the Sunday, so it's a long week ahead of them. They've got the individual event and then also the team, the mixed relay on Sunday. So some of these teams have put in a very strong team in order to try and win a medal, and I think China are one of those, and it's paying off at the moment. But a few of the other countries might have chosen a younger team to give them the experience at this senior level.
That, and as well as there's some veterans out here who've had some challenges in the shooting event. For example, Margot Zaxon from the United States, Samantha Murray from Great Britain wanted the experience to have the opportunity and they're both medal contenders, in terms of the individual. So they get another opportunity to work some of those jitters out in their in the first shooting series. That was really the intent behind, I think, behind their participation.
But I know Great Britain especially, they had a very disappointing ride after such a great swim. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster day for them, and they're starting 5 minutes and 20 seconds behind the leader. And some people might think, why? But for them, it's very much about using this as we've got a very young athlete, Alice Fitton, who's new to the senior level, and then Samantha, who's had a few problems with her shooting this year. So actually, it's a great opportunity for them just to get a chance to race and to experience the Senior World Championship atmosphere here as well.
Oh yeah, and it is all about the atmosphere, and Liang is completing her second 800 meter and handing off to teammate Qian Chen. who is now headed into the shooting range for her first shooting series, the third shooting series for the Chinese team, but the first for Qian Chen. And again, she's an extraordinarily strong athlete, came from a boxing background. China's been on top all day long. I mean, they fenced well, swam well, rode well, and here they are way out.
And Qian Chen actually was one of the very first who picked up the combined event so easily. She medalled in 2009, the first year we had the World Championships in this combined event. I think she might have even won the gold. I know she was on the podium anyway and really took to the event straight away and hasn't had any real falters along the way.
I mean, and look at her first shooting series. That was certainly less than 15 seconds. So we don't have a clock in our studio, but no question was under 15, which is all she needs to do.
It'll be interesting now to see how hard she runs, because I mean we saw the changeover there, and they've opened up their lead substantially, and she might well run this first lap hard and then take it a little bit easier on the second lap, just to save her legs for the individual.
There's
interesting to see.
No need, I mean, they're way out front, and again we're trying to let's see what we've got going on in the silver and bronze race. Again, China, the overwhelming leader in the women's combined event here in the final discipline of the women's relay at the Modern Pentathlon World Championships from Warsaw, Poland. It's a bit of a gray day. We were all looking forward to the sun coming out, but it seems summer has left us here. It's a cool afternoon.
I think the athletes during the ladder competition this morning in the fence were feeling the cold slightly, but I'm sure now they're actually benefiting from it. As long as they've warmed up appropriately, it means they won't lose as much salts or anything, and it'll probably be easier to recover from after competing in this more clement environment for running.
And there's no question. I mean, the environment makes a big difference. We in World Cup events and Category A, which are the top level competitions globally. They do everything from competing in Doha, Qatar in the desert, Sarasota, Florida in what is Florida humidity and heat, and so they get all types of weather environments. So I think this weather here today is just ideal, I think, for this particular event. And we're following second here. China again, our leader.
And I think Italy have certainly been overtaken. I see them coming around the top now. I'm not quite sure if they've hung on to medal position or if they've been pushed back to fourth just yet.
There's a lot of movement in the field behind China. That's for sure. It's difficult for us to see here in the studio, but the cameras are following our leader, Qian Chen. She's in for her second shooting series, second and final series, I might add, and I have a feeling she's going to do 5 for 5 or something very close to it.
That really is a lap of honour.
And that was 5 for 5. I counted that. So
it really is a lap of honour now for China.
It is.
Great competition, and they will be able to relax and enjoy this medal and take the confidence onto the individual. Because for all the athletes here, yes, the relays are important, but the individual competition will be their main focus, especially for the athletes such as Qian Chen, when she's won world medals, quite a few of them now, and she'll be looking to add this 2014 title along with this relay that she'll now most certainly be able to.
Oh, what a great start for the Chinese! I mean, they've got 4 girls here in this competition, this World Championships for all events, and to start off on day one with a gold medal, and not just a gold medal, but a decisive win. Without, she's probably running 75% out there.
I mean, they really have dominated from the start. They came out, just behind Belarus in the fencing, but they've stayed at the top all day and they haven't really faltered.
And that was a classic example. The final match of the day was China versus Belarus in the fencing, and China won 2-0. I'm sorry, it's exactly the other way around. Belarus won 2-0, and that made the difference, in the terms of the fencing result. But China's hung in there on every discipline, and you're looking at the result right here. they just have a great program. And it's delightful to see the World Championships. It's, you know, they work the bugs out on the first day. It's a week-long competition. Organizers, it's challenging for organizers. You're putting 5 events, 5 disciplines that over the course of a single stadium, and it's always interesting to find a venue that can accomplish that. They have that here in Warsaw, and then they, you know, like anything else, there's always a lot that goes on behind the scenes. The organizers have really done a great job. Again, the bugs tend to work themselves out on day one.
Yeah, most of some of these athletes as well as the organisers. So there we can see Chen really just jogging in. What a lovely feeling that must be to know that her and her teammate have worked so well together today and can just enjoy this moment and, yeah, look forward to the rest of the week with such confidence.
And know they're coming home with at least 1 gold medal.
Exactly,
yeah.
And not only for them, it'll also boost the rest of the team as well.
Absolutely, and you're crossing the finish line now, and she's Qian Chen and her teammate Wang Xiaoliang have pulled it off, and they are our world champions in the relay event, women's relay event here at the Modern Pentathlon World Championships from Warsaw, Poland. What a great event. That smile tells it all. She's hugging the first Chinese gold medalist ever at the Olympic Games. It's great that he's here to watch that. Obviously a hero for them. Germany was one. Well, we are certainly focused on China. And so Korea finishing now. And we're still looking at China. That's really great.
Yeah, it'll certainly be the focus of the cameras today, and it's great to see the leaders, but I'm sorry we're not being able to bring you the
we would love to bring you these silver and bronze medalists.
The rest of the podium positions, because now we've got the lower positions coming in, and
absolutely,
you'll have to wait and see, I'm afraid. That's all we can tell you right now.
We will get that information to you as soon as we can. Well, let's go back to China. Hey, there we are. Qian Chen. The Italians clearly are happy.
Now that could well be.
I bet they've got a medal.
Oh, that would be absolutely brilliant if they have such a young team coming here with such low expectations, I'm sure, to then... Actually, when I spoke to them this morning after the fencing, and they were very almost scared to say that we might think of a podium finish, and they sort of said it because they thought they ought to, and it's be amazing if they actually have managed to hang on.
And there's Belarus, and you saw the Belarus athlete getting a big hug from her coach, so I suspect Belarus was...
Korea did come in on their own, and we haven't seen... Yeah, so I think fourth. Korea must have stayed in fourth.
I think Korea was fourth. I believe you got China in first, Belarus in second, and Italy in third. That'd be my guess. And well, again, that's just a guess. What we do know is China won.
And for actual absolute confirmation, if you tune in again at 6:15, is that right, for our prize giving?
Yeah, the awards ceremony. You'll be able to watch the very brief, but also no doubt very excellent awards ceremony here, from live being streamed from Warsaw, Poland.
There's Team GB just having a little bit of a chat, probably analysing their day. I expect Sam will be looking at her shoot. It'll be difficult to really test her shooting out because there would have been no pressure today when she did actually compete, bringing up starting down in 13th position, but I'm sure she would have still benefited from getting that experience and just getting the cobwebs blown out for the start of the World Champs.
Guatemala finishing. That's very likely our final. Oh, we have. Looks like there's Mexico still on the course.
That could be Ireland as well.
Is that Ireland? I bet that is Ireland.
That's Ireland. I think that's Jenny McGeever running there.
So she'll be rounding out. That will be rounding out the field here.
Another young team, and Ireland are an example of bringing a team out just to have a taster of the Senior World Championships.
That's
These
great.
two, I think, are just competing in this relay, but still a big step up for them.
You know, it's experience you have to get. It's not something they can tell you about. You have to actually be there. So it's great that Ireland's here. There's a few other teams in the same boat, I think, that are here to get experience and round out the field. That may well be our final team of the women's relay. There's Samantha Murray, Team GB. So we'll be having a break now, and they'll be going to the cutting to the awards ceremony when we come back. Korean team, it's Heather Fell from Team GB and Rob Stoll had a great day. Enjoyed doing what we could to help you enjoy the Modern Pentathlon World Championships live from Warsaw, Poland.
And we'll see you again tomorrow.
I czekamy na ceremonię.